another video. I'm here with my roommate Lauren.
What's up?
If you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about mental health in college and how you can manage it. It's now July, but that surely means that school is going to begin again soon, sadly. Yeah. I mean, I won't be in school, she will, but that's besides the point. So, this is a mukbang too. We have our pizza.
You can't even see the pizza. It's all Parmesan cheese.
Oh my god, I wish I could show you.
Oh my god, wait, no, I'm about to record this with my phone.
Okay.
Cause what in the world?
It's so much Parmesan.
Look at that big old pool of butter. Okay. I guess they did something right. Why am I going with this?
Alright, I'm about to get my pizza, period.
Also, we're trying not to eat meat. That's why we got cheese hiding in
got cheese pizza. But it's fine. It's still about the bang.
It's slapped.
Can you hand me a plate, please? Thank you. Okay. So, oh
my god, this is my first mukbang.
Yeah, this is my first mukbang too.
Oh my god.
We do
Look
this
at
Oh my god, it's so good. So like I was saying, we have 3 areas that we're going to talk about: personal, social, and work. Being in college, if you don't know, can be very stressful.
Oh, it is.
Very.
It's the worst. Well, not the worst. That's exaggerated. But
it has its ups and downs, but overall it's a great experience, especially if you know how to manage your mental health. For me, I was always a busybody, so there was like never, well, there was a time where I'd be in my dorm or my apartment, but like I'm always out doing something. I'm in class, at an org meeting, doing homework up to 1 a.m., 2, whatever the case may be, I'm just doing something. I think it's very, very important to make sure that you have time to just reflect on the day or just have some alone time where you're not doing anything school related, anything org. I'm saying org. Wow, we didn't do an intro. Oh, sorry. Michigan State University, that's the school that I went to, she currently goes to. I recently graduated and I majored in psychology.
I'm about to be a senior, I'm about to graduate, class of 2020, period. My major is media and information, which I realized not a lot of people have that major at like different schools. I thought like it was very common, but my focus is film and television production, so I normally just tell people that.
So like what made me think about us not doing that was that I say org a lot, and a lot of people from Michigan that's not from Michigan State don't know what I'm talking about. So org, whenever I say org, that means organization.
Wait, that's not a common thing?
People think I'm like, I'll say it like in a text message and they're like, what's org? And I'm like, student organization. Like,
I really thought that was a common thing.
I thought it was too, but apparently it's not. Let me know if you call it an org at your school. That's what we do.
It's just a black people.
Maybe.
I think it's a black people thing.
But yeah, personal time for yourself is very important. Do you have anything you can add to that? I feel like I just repeated a lot of stuff.
I'm pretty much gonna like reiterate what you said. So like, I'm not in like really any orgs. I know like my freshman year I didn't work, but I still needed to like find time to like just be by myself, because if I wasn't like in class, doing homework, going to meetings, doing projects, I was focusing on my YouTube channel, which took up so much of my time, and I didn't realize it until like maybe halfway through the first semester, like maybe around November, like around like Thanksgiving time. Like I just had a day where I just like broke down, and I realized that I was overworking myself. And like ever since then, I made sure I found time to just like relax, take a nap if I need to, don't touch my phone, don't worry about class, just find time for myself and to relax, because if you don't, you will probably go insane.
That low-key just made me emotional because like I remember there was a time where this is like totally different, but like I remember back last year when I was this is after my other roommate, she had to leave school, and so I was in a dorm by myself, which was like okay at first, but then I realized like I'm always working, I'm always in class, I have student bored, and I just come home to like aloneness and emptiness, and I completely broke down. I cried. I called my mom. Like, when she answered the phone, I couldn't even say nothing. I just kept bawling my eyes out. And she was like, "What's wrong? Like, why are you crying?" And I was like, "I feel so alone." like, I feel like once you make yourself so busy, you feel like you don't have time to breathe. And that's what I feel like I could not breathe. So yeah, definitely make sure that you have, like, you don't overwork yourself. Yeah. There's a lot of people that seem like they're doing all the things and they're president and doing this, doing that. But understand, coming into college, that may not be for you. Your first year is just exploring, seeing what's out there for you, and that doesn't have to mean that you have to go to every single event, that you have to make I don't know, you don't have to overwork your class load either. Please understand that coming to college is not like high school. Do not sign up for 7 classes. Please do not do that.
Listen, my first semester, and the thing is, I didn't even take that many classes my first semester. I literally took the bare minimum. I took 12 credits, but they were all hard classes. And I overworked myself to the point where I barely passed any of my classes. Like, I remember I got my grade back for my algebra final. I remember telling you about this. And I got like a 75 out of 200. Jesus. I literally broke down. Like, when you put too much pressure on yourself, like with your classes, that's just like a road to destruction. I kind of did that in high school too.
Yeah.
But like, I need good grades so I can get into a good school and I can be like top of my class. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You know.
I hear about so many freshmen coming in, they think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sign up for 5 to 7 classes. I did great in high school. I took AP classes. Like,
they're like, yeah, I'm gonna have a double major,
that's
a minor.
Great.
Like, you're gonna kill yourself.
Please no. College course load is not the same as high school. And understand, you don't have to know what you want to major in right in the gate.
Yeah.
Like,
I made that mistake. Literally, okay. So I came into college and I was like, I'm gonna be a journalism major. I want to go to photojournalism. You know, like, I have this camera. I want to be a photographer. When I tell you I didn't even get through maybe the first month of the semester without realizing that I wanted to change my major. Like, and I didn't even take any journalism classes.
yeah.
You took journalism classes.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, oh, I don't like it. And I'm like, okay, it's not for me then. I'm gonna change my major. And literally, I changed my major at the end of the semester, and I've been with the same major ever since. And I'm so happy I made that change because I'm so much happier in this major. It's so much fun.
I started off in journalism, and I took dual enrollment classes prior to coming to MSU. So my advisor was like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in upper level journalism classes because that's where you need to be if you want to graduate on time. And I was like, okay, sweet. I get in these classes and I'm like, no. Like,
imagine being this your first semester at this huge Big Ten university and you're in upper level classes.
I was like,
I wish I would.
I was freaking out. I completely not almost failed the class, but like I almost failed the class. And I just felt so bad. I'm like, if I'm failing journalism classes now, why would I even continue? Like,
right. It's only gonna get harder.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe this isn't even for me. And it wasn't. So I explored every single other major that I could possibly find. And psychology stuck out the most to me. And it's what I graduated with, and I'm pretty
full-time job.
Period.
Period. Sis is working in her field. How many people can say that? Not many.
As soon as I graduated.
As soon as she graduated. Full-time.
Period. You're such a good friend. You always have me up. Any other last personal plans?
If you feel like you're struggling, please utilize your on-campus mental health centers because, okay, it's gonna be kind of like a story time, but not really a story time. So I've been struggling with my mental health since middle school, 12, 13. And I never addressed it because people always told me oh, it's just you being dramatic, or it's just you just acting out. And it didn't hit me until I got to college, like that there might seriously be something wrong. Like there were days where I would get up and I couldn't go to class. Like I couldn't get out of bed. And so it took until maybe, I don't know, last semester, and I just had like this breakdown, like full on tears, bawling, like pretty much almost like a panic attack. And I was like, I need to go get help. So I went to our, what is it? Counseling and psychiatric services on campus. I talked to a psychiatrist. I got diagnosed. And ever since I got like the official diagnosis, it made me feel so much better. They recommend like help groups, like support groups. Like I found out there's a mental, it's like a Black girl therapy group on campus.
What?
Yeah. What? My psychiatrist told me about it. And she was like, yeah, if you want to do that, I recommend you.
What is like an actual org? Or not?
It's like invitation only.
Oh.
So like, if you struggle with your mental health, you can go to like a therapist, psychiatrist, or like a counselor, someone on campus, and they'll like recommend you.
That's cool.
And they have like weekly meetings. So like, please utilize the resources on campus. Trust me, it helps a lot more than you think.
Yeah. Don't ever be afraid to admit that you need help. Because suffering in silence is not the way to
It is
go.
the worst feeling.
Please don't do it.
Trust me, it's a lot more people feeling the same way.
Okay.
Next topic.
Alright. Working while in college.
Okay.
I
feel like you have more experience than I do. You started working freshman year.
Yeah. Okay. So, before I came to college, I did not have a job, or I've never had a job. So, college was like my first working experience. I worked in our school's convenience store, I guess you can call it that. We have like 20 something locations on campus. And the location I worked at happened to be in my dorm, which was great.
Just wake up and go downstairs.
I know. It's awesome. Like I said earlier, I had classes, I had work, and I was a part of a student org. So that's a lot to take in on your schedule, especially if you've never worked before.
Yeah.
Managing and making sure that you have a good schedule that aligns with your class schedule is also important too. To add on to my experience, it was my second year here. Well, in school. I no longer go here. But my second year, I took it upon myself to get not one, but 2 jobs. Because I don't know, honestly. I just felt like I wasn't making enough money for my liking.
I don't see how you did it.
I don't either. I wouldn't recommend taking on 2 jobs unless one of those jobs happens to be your own business. In that case, I would say that's okay, but make sure that you're not overworking yourself because you're already working hard enough as it is just taking classes.
True.
So yeah, I was working 20 plus hours a week.
Which is not recommended for college students.
It's not.
Most people recommend you don't work more than 15 hours a week. I mean, realistically, you're really not making that much money, but
you're in school to like.
School is your first priority.
Mhm.
Like, we get it. People need money to live, but you're in school for a reason. You're not there to work. You're there to take classes.
Yeah.
So prioritize
Unless
class.
you like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Unless you like absolutely have no other option, please just try to stick with that one job.
Yeah.
Because it just makes everything easier. And that kind of like went into like why I was so stressed out and like why I was like so sad all the time, because I was just so busy and I don't like being busy. I like to relax and chill.
Cause you were working like 7 a.m. shifts and you would like come to class right after that. And like you really have no time to sit down.
Yeah.
Like you're just on the go all day.
So,
It's
like,
exhausting.
When I worked 2 jobs, my first job, I get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, go in at 7, get off of that job at like 11. Then I go to class for like a few hours. And then I have my student org. And then when I have my overnight job, I go to sleep for like maybe 2-3 hours, then go back to work and stay up all night. Like, anybody got time for that? I mean, clearly I did, but anybody else talk about that. So yeah, the point I wrote down is just know your limit. Like, if you know you can absolutely not stay up for an overnight job, or you absolutely cannot work longer than 4 hours at a time, don't do it.
Or if it's affecting you to the point where you can't stay focused in class, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Sorry, this fish is really good.
It is. It's cold, but it's so good. Oh, we have returned. My camera died.
Yep, it got bye.
Sitting down. I sat down so wrong. Okay.
Period. Alright. So, we were on the third topic, which is social. And I was letting Lauren go because I talked a lot.
I'm trying to remember what I said.
You didn't really say a lot.
True.
I forgot what you started off with though.
Oh, I was saying a lot of people, when they come to college, they think like, oh, I'm free from my parents, I can do what I want, I'm living on my own. Which means they go out every night, drink a lot, underage drinking, which is illegal.
If you didn't know.
And like, that can take the focus off of why you're actually in college, doing a class.
Yep.
And then that makes your grades suffer, which makes your mental health suffer, and it's just a lose-lose situation. So, if you're gonna go out and party and do D or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it, make sure you're on top of your schoolwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to debate with yourself, I have a paper due tomorrow, but I really want to go to this party, you should probably do the paper. Yeah. So I'm trying to see what I wrote down. I said find friends that are encouraging and that are not negative all the time. Because not to say, you know how they say birds of a feather flock together? Not to say that you would become negative, but that negative energy can rub off and like it can affect you, and it's not good. I've dealt with people like that, and you don't like. You could be having the worst day, and you come around this person, you be like, ew, I really don't like you right now.
Make me feel 10 times worse.
You're so irritated. But yeah, also, please know, if you're coming to college, everybody's not your friend.
Girl.
I always have this saying, I have a few friends and a ton of associates.
Okay.
Because, like, everybody is not outfield as interests, like, and then if you jump into a situation that's not good, that's just gonna make your mental health 10 times worse.
People pretend to be your friend just to get the homework answers.
Oh,
If you're being honest.
to be honest.
Because I know a couple people. Got their numbers in my phone still.
I'm screaming. Social life is a huge aspect of college, but no, it's okay to have your alone time. This kind of goes back to the personal aspect of mental health. Like, if your friends trying to go out and you ain't really feeling it, tell them no. And if they get mad, oh well.
Even if you do have, like, you want alone time, too much alone time can affect your mental health too.
That's true.
Because trust me, I am an introvert through and through, but I know that constantly saying to myself is terrible.
Yeah.
Especially in a big university like this. It's like, how many kids are here? Like 40,000 plus kids?
It's more than that.
So like when you go to a big university like we do, or I do and she did, it's easy to get lost and swallowed up when you stay to yourself.
Yeah.
So like you need to like socialize and meet people, but don't let it affect your schoolwork. Like don't let it affect you too much to the point where you lose focus on what you came here for.
My main point is, like, don't feel like you have to be social all the time. You can be social, like, by yourself. You chilling up watching Netflix. Bro, when we be in our rooms, I be hearing Lauren laughing at something. She walks up, I'm like, what's so doggone funny, bro?
I mean, my room dying.
So, like, you can have the same type of enjoyment, like, by yourself. Like, it's okay. That area of your life is, like, where people most thrive. Like, you have to have some alone time to get to where you need to be. That's really all we got, man.
Simple. No, we're so corny.
Corny. Okay, guys. Well, that's the end of the video. If you liked what we talked about, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below. Let me know what schools you guys go to. If you're gonna be an incoming freshman, let me know. I want to hear where you guys are going. I'm excited for you guys. Or if you're even in college right now, let me know when you graduate too. Let me know if you want to see more college videos, because I'm gonna keep doing them anyway. Even though I already graduated, yeah, it's fine. We're looking out for some giveaways.
Win some free stuff.
Win some free stuff. I mean, period.
And that's on what? Period.
I was gonna say
Oh, you
that.
took too long.
You didn't give me a chance to say it. I'm talking about, and that's a what? Period. Like what? Not about to play with her. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all. Well, I don't know when the next time y'all see her. Subscribe to her channel, y'all. She got her own channel.
I post once every blue moon,
Oh,
but
Lord. It's fine because I do the same. But we about to keep it consistent. We about to keep the consistency going, especially if I'm already out of school. Like, period.
Ooh, that was so ugly.
All right, y'all. We done. All right. Bye.
Okay.
Where did you? Oh my God.
Wait, where's my face?
I'm putting that in the bloopers.
Oh.